My opinions on technology in the classroom. That's a tough question because there are pros and cons to both. Pros obviously being it's a helpful learning tool. You have the internet right at your hands, which is a lot of information. Con is it's very distracting, especially for those who can't seem to control themselves with their own computer. I think there are more pros though when it comes to actually the teaching that we actually get from it. So I guess I support more technology for the future as far as using it in the classroom.
I think technology is becoming more helpful in schools because you're able to connect with things that you weren't able to connect with before. Back in the day, you couldn't see the things that you can now. The internet has a way of connecting you to more knowledge, more stuff that you can learn. I can tell you, I learn more things at 3 a.m. on Google than anything else in the world. It's just one of those, an artifact that you could never really see, but you can see now because it's all connected into one. It all helps out. I am a TCOM major. And I think that having technology in the classroom helps everything immensely. My TCOM professor, my TCOM classes, he'll be doing a speech, he'll be talking about something or lecturing, and then he'll be like, I forgot the date, someone looked that up. Or, that's interesting, let's talk about that, someone, looked this up. So, it's a heavy amount of everything, of like a part of this class. And I have a bunch of people who just, Google something and they tell the professor and he's like, yep, there you go. And then this is, so it's kind of like a way of learning as you go.
I certainly think technology is way more helpful because it's easier to access all the information that you need right there in front of you.
I think technology in the classroom is a helpful tool because it allows students access to information that otherwise they wouldn't have or wouldn't have time to get by flipping through their textbooks. Also, it's a lot faster for people, or most people, to take notes by typing rather than writing. So that allows them to get more information down in the period of time they have and therefore do better on their tests.
Depending on the class, I find having my laptop out distracting or possibly helpful. The classes that aren't a part of my major, I really have trouble focusing, so I'll use my laptop, I'll get on Twitter, I'll get on Yahoo, I'll get on all those places that really distract me.
I prefer to take notes on my laptop, more or less because writing, you're looking down, you're not looking up. With the laptop, you at least have it right there where you can just glance right up and see your professor and you're just typing away and, kind of, you can write, but then sometimes when you write, like, kind of goes down or goes up. When you're typing, you just know where the buttons are, and you're just pressing all the buttons.
I prefer to take notes on my computer because when I'm studying later on, it's easier to grab my notes through my computer because I'm already on the laptop studying. When I'm in the classroom, I think that technology really depends on the class itself. If I'm in a class that's interesting, then the laptop is definitely helpful. If I'm in a class that's boring, I'm going to doze off and play computer games.
Personally, I prefer taking notes on my laptop because I can type a lot faster than I can write, and that allows me to get more information down faster and allows me to have more study material for my tests.
I actually have classes that do use an iClicker, and I find them helpful because my professor, he'll throw up a question, and you have to answer the question the way, it's just, and then he knows where he's at, if you're learning the material, if everything's going right. And it's also his way of taking attendance. And for these big lecture classes, what are you going to do? Pass the clipboard around? And, that's why I like the iClicker. You just turn it on, it reads it, and then you're good to go.
I find the iClicker just as a good tool to help the teachers take attendance. Really, the polls they take from the class occasionally can be interesting to see how the results are diversified across the class, but overall I think the only real practical use for them is to take attendance. I think the use of professors using PowerPoints and projecting technology rather than writing on a blackboard is more effective for students because they have a more clearly visualized idea of what they're looking at. They have pictures in the PowerPoints. The professor can put up videos, put up images, graphics, anything to help the students learn, whereas drawing on the blackboard, most of the time you get pretty pathetic stick drawings or circles and squares that really don't lend any visual aids to the students.
Beginning my educational career in the early 2000s, many advances have been made since that time period. In elementary and even junior high, all students used paper, pencil, and read from a textbook. Once high school began, technology began to evolve with the use of iPads, mini laptops, and other devices that can enhance education. Growing up in these two different time periods has shown me opposite sides of the spectrum. I believe that technology is an excellent tool to utilize if the educator uses it properly.
Technology in the classroom is becoming more popular because of today's technological advances. I believe technology is helping tremendously because it makes things like taking notes, taking attendance and quizzes, and following along easier. I think laptops and interactive software such as iClickers are a big improvement because you can stay engaged and go more at your own pace. I'm an advocate for technology rather than traditional methods.
I think using technology in the classroom is considered a problem by many students and educators. Some students and educators may find it helpful while others find it distracting. I believe technology is extremely helpful if used in the right ways. If it is used in moderation and discretion, I think it can be a huge improvement for the classroom. Finding a healthy balance between how to use technology in the classroom is important for success.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Have a good day. And enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. You deserve that. I feel like no one else says you have a good day. You all look beautiful.